Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be trying to find the missing value of x rounded to the nearest tenth. Well, what does it give us? It gives us a right triangle, an angle, and two sides. That means we should probably be thinking about trigonometry, since trigonometry is all about right triangles. Well, if we're working with this angle x, how do I find x? What sides does it give me? It gives me 15, and 15, since it's directly across from our angle x, is going to be the opposite side. Okay, what about the 24? Well, 24 seems to be the longest side. If you just look at it on a triangle, it seems to be the longest side, and it's also directly across from the right angle. So that must mean 24 is our hypotenuse. Well, what formula uses the hypotenuse? That would be sine. So I'm going to use the sine formula, so it's going to go sine of x degrees, I should say, is equal to opposite, so 15 over 24. So you can go in your calculator and type in 15 divided by 24, hit enter, and you get 0.625. So 0.625. And if we make this look a little bit simpler, sine of x degrees is equal to 0.625. Are you done yet? Absolutely not, because all we have found so far is the sine of x. We have found out that the sine of x equals 0.625. So how do we actually find what x is equal to? You have to use what's called inverse trig. And real quickly, if you notice well, I'll just set it up first. So the inverse trig just goes like this. If sine of x is equal to 6.625, then x itself, the angle x, is equal to the inverse of sine, which looks like that. Sine to the -1 is equal to, not equal to, the inverse sine of 6.25 is equal to the angle x. Well, how do you find that out? Again, just go to your calculator, look at the sine button. You notice in blue it has sine to the -1, so you have to hit second, sine, you get the sine with the -1, 0.625, close your bracket, hit enter, and you get 38.68. Round that to the nearest tenth, and you get 38.7. So x, the angle x, equals 38.7 degrees. If you get an answer different from this, it's probably because your calculator is in radians mode. In fact, the first time I tried to make this video, I made that same mistake. The way you change that, you click on mode, go down 3 spaces to where it says radians and degrees, go over to degrees, hit enter, hit second, then mode again so it quits, and you can perform your calculation. And that is how inverse trig works.